Hey, how you doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's have some music. I want to talk to you about God. Alright? Now, this first little thing I want to talk to you about is a very simple concept. It's called reality. Alright? A lot of people, I don't know why you don't get this, but I really don't care. I'm here to tell you about it so you do get it. So, first of all, what you need to know is there was always God. Okay? And then God decided to create the universe. Alright? Now I'm going to just simplify this to you so you understand. It's like a painter. A painter decides one day to make a picture. Make a painting. Okay? So he makes a painting. Or a photographer. He decides to make a picture. So he makes a picture. Or a musician. He decides to make some music one day. So he makes a composition. Or an architect. Okay? That's a pretty good analogy there. Decides to make a house. So he makes a house. Well, that's what God did. God decided to create something. So he created something. Alright? There was, God always existed. Okay? Before everything else existed. Because he's the creator of everything. Okay? So, what you need to understand is the concept of reality. The reality you're really in. Okay? You're actually like in a real reality. Okay? That God created. Right? So, what you need to understand about this reality is a certain thing called time. Okay, now time rests on the foundation of motion. Okay, and motion rests on the foundation of matter. Okay, so look, God created the sun and the earth. Okay, now just the sun and the earth by themselves, that does not constitute time. The earth has to be in motion around the sun, and then you get time. Now, do you understand what I'm saying? It takes 1 year for the earth to revolve around the sun. Okay? So you got matter, which is mass. Okay? And the mass is in motion. Those two factors have to be into play first, because time rests on those foundations. Okay, now you can have time. Okay, so time relies on creation. Okay, creation is the foundation for time, and it has to be creation in motion. All right, and when you take mass in motion, that is energy. Okay, so study Einstein's, discoveries that he made. All right, you gotta study a little Einstein. All right, because we're talking about reality here. This is like the YouTube, the God channel. Okay, God is real. All right. Just have to advance the music a little bit. All right, now what you need to realize is God is a trinity of persons. Okay, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and all of these are spirits. Okay, I'm talking before creation. Okay, so Like, to use a word like before, or to use any word that has a tense attached to it, like past, present, or future tense, is difficult for me to explain. You need like kind of a spiritual guidance so you will understand what I'm talking about here, okay? You need that. You need extra like spiritual intuition here or something, okay? Because when I say before creation, that doesn't make much sense because before has a tense attached to it. Our language has tenses attached to it. There's like no getting out of that catch-22 of the language situation. Right? So, before creation, there was no such thing as time. Okay? Because you have creation, you got matter, then it's put in motion, and the world is revolving around the sun, and that revolution takes 1 year, and that's what we call time. Okay? It's a pretty simple concept, but you really need to get rooted down into it so you understand further what we're going to go from there. We need to start with the foundation. Okay? That's the important thing. So I want you to understand the basic concepts and the foundations of what I'm talking about here. Okay, because when I'm talking about God, you have to have a foundation of truth, okay, to rely upon, okay? Truth, okay? And reality is truth. It's another word for truth. You can almost interchange truth and reality with meaning almost the same thing, all right? So let me break it down for you. Time, okay, rests on the foundation of motion, matter in motion, which is energy. Okay, so time is like actually resting on the foundation of energy, which energy has two components, mass and motion. Okay, and that mass must be in motion for it to have energy. Okay, and you have to have that formula for you to have time. Time doesn't exist without creation. Okay, that. So you got that concept now. I hope you got it hammered through your skull real good, because you're living in this creation of God. So you need to understand some of these concepts. And it's a pretty simple concept, okay? Pretty simple for you to grasp. All right? And this is basically what I want to talk to you about. When we're talking about time, and then we're talking about the reality outside of time, like outside of this bubble of created reality, okay? We're talking about outside of time, okay? Now, I was talking about creation and how it pertains to a very simple analogy, which you can basically understand, like a painter who's, paints a picture, all right?